Growing memorial in Brooklyn as the city mourns the loss of 2 officers shot and killed in the line of duty. And as some pay their respect, others are just plainly ignoring Mayor de Blasio's request to pause for protesting. CBS 2's Tony Aiello is live now from Lower Manhattan for us. Tony.
Christine, I'm near One World Trade Center, one of many New York icons that dimmed lights tonight to honor the dead patrolmen. 2 men memorialized even as their NYPD comrades were being villainized by angry protesters.
Fog shrouded the spire of America's tallest building, so the tribute was not visible. But at Rockefeller Center, visitors watched as the Christmas tree went dark, symbolizing the sadness that has settled in many hearts after the horrific murders of officers Rafael Ramos and Wen-Jin Liu. Mayor de Blasio laid flowers at their memorial in Bed-Stuy Tuesday morning.
It feels tremendously painful right now, but it's always darkest before the dawn. These families want a city filled with peace and unity. It's our job, all of us, to create that, to support them and work for a better day.
The mayor also arranged the light-dimming tribute and observed a moment of silence at City Hall at 2:47, the exact time when Liu and Ramos were gunned down. But Tuesday night, the streets were far from quiet as a large protest roiled Fifth Avenue, briefly delaying at least 1 ambulance. These protesters rejecting a plea from the mayor for a respectful pause until after the slain officers were laid to rest.
See, this is my city, and you don't tell me when to stay home. Okay? We canceling Christmas.
You didn't like the mayor's request for a pause in the protesting?
Pandering.
The protests were peaceful, but saw the return of ugly language directed at cops.
How you spell murderer?
NYPD! Officers ignored the invective and marched along with stoic faces and black bands on their shields. With just hours left for holiday shopping, some stores locked their doors briefly to avoid an invasion of angry demonstrators. Also Tuesday, we learned fate was especially cruel to Officer Liu. He volunteered to work in Bed-Stuy Saturday because Officer Ramos's partner was late for his shift, and that put Liu in the line of fire from suspect Ismail Brinsley.
Brinsley, of course, committed suicide shortly after the attacks. It is a tense time in the city and for the NYPD. Today, 2 precinct station houses, one in Brooklyn, one in Queens, they were swept for danger after bomb threats were phoned in. Nothing was found. Security has been stepped up at station houses across the city. Live tonight in Lower Manhattan, Tony Aiello, CBS 2 News.
Tony, thank you. Vice President Joe Biden and his wife will attend Saturday's funeral for Officer Rafael Ramos. His wake will be Friday from 2 to 9 p.m. at the Christ Tabernacle Church in Glendale, Queens. And the funeral is set for Saturday morning at 10 at that same church. He'll be buried at the Cypress Hill Cemetery in Brooklyn. There is no word yet on the funeral arrangements for Officer Wen-Jin Liu.